Okay, before we begin, let's go over the caveat stuff. This account was created to provide information on how current immigration laws apply to certain factual scenarios. There are many people, I suspect, who are nervous about their immigration status, but they're not sure if they should talk to an immigration attorney. Keep in mind, and I can't stress this enough, that immigration law is extremely fact-specific. So if I go over something here that sounds nearly identical to your family's scenario, you should still speak to an immigration attorney for a full assessment. Even the smallest factual difference can completely change the analysis. That said, this is not legal advice. I'm merely hoping to educate people a bit, as I know a lot of anxiety exists in immigrant communities. Immigration laws and procedures have already changed quite a bit over the last few months, and I would suspect that there will be many other changes coming in the months and years ahead. So keep that in mind. What we're going through at the time of recording is accurate and current, but that could change in the weeks to come or even tomorrow. Let's go over this. So this woman came to the United States in 2002 from Mexico. She came through the desert and was not caught. She never returned to Mexico. She has never committed any crimes. She has a 21-year-old daughter born in the United States and an 18-year-old son born in the United States. The son recently completed boot camp and is enlisted in the Army. The family wants to know if she can legalize her immigration status. She has a daughter, 21 years old, U.S. citizen, so the daughter can petition for her, all right, to get a green card. However, her entry into the United States was illegal, okay? So in order for the daughter to complete that case, she would either need to have a lawful entry back in 2002, or she would have to fit into one of the exceptions. Now, one of the exceptions is if you are the parent of a child who is in the armed forces. Okay, so her 18-year-old son just finished boot camp, is in the Army, and we could do something called a military parole in place. What that does is it excuses the illegal entry, okay? And makes her eligible to get a green card in the United States. She doesn't need to go back to Juarez. She doesn't need to get a waiver. It excuses that illegal entry. So the process would look like this. The daughter would file a petition for her, okay? Once we have the receipt for that petition, we can pursue military parole in place. So we file the documents showing, look, here's his birth certificate, this is his mom, here's his armed forces documentation proving that he is in the armed forces, and we apply for that military parole in place. Once that gets approved, then we can apply for the green card. Okay, so you've got 3 steps there. But at the end of that, she will have a green card. In terms of timing, how long is this going to take? It's going to depend on the local office quite a bit, but generally you can get these done in about 1.5 years, 2 years, something in that ballpark. Now, the military parole in place program has pendulumed back and forth over the years. This was a program that was viable under Obama. When Trump came into office the first time, he got rid of this program. When Biden came in, he re-implemented it. Now that Trump is back in office, they haven't gotten rid of it yet. That could happen in the future, though. So we'll have to see what happens. There has been a big push from the armed forces saying that our country's military readiness actually depends in part on this program, meaning that there are many children of illegal immigrants that join the armed forces specifically to help their parents out. And if those children no longer have that motivation, maybe they don't join. So we'll have to see how this plays out. This in particular is definitely one that could change any day. We just don't know. But at this point, it is viable and it is worth pursuing. So if your parent is in a similar situation and you have considered joining the military, maybe go talk to an immigration attorney about how that would look and whether that is still a viable option at this time. Other than that, good luck to you. And if you have any comments or questions, leave them in the comments and questions area and I'll see if I can answer them. Thank you.